the development of electricity.
What he did was he started to electrocute cats and dogs. Tesla began to experiment as to how to send electricity through your body.
That's after a summary of today's world news.
BBC News with Justine Green. The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said Israel will take control of the entire Gaza Strip to prevent Hamas from looting aid. His comments come after Israel said it would allow a limited amount of food into the territory, ending a 78-day blockade. Senior US politicians, including President Trump, have been expressing support for Joe Biden after he was diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. The disease has spread to the former president's bones, but doctors believe it can be managed effectively. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer is due to meet European Union leaders in London to announce deals aimed at resetting post-Brexit relations. Last-minute talks are thought to have focused on issues including defence, trade and fishing rights. China has issued new regulations to rein in excessive spending by government officials on themselves. They detail how public money can be spent on items such as travel, buildings and food. A BBC investigation in South Africa has found evidence that boys as young as 15 are being recruited to work in illegal mines, where some of them are being sexually abused. Activists say criminal gangs specifically recruit boys from other southern African countries. The Tanzanian opposition leader Tundu Lissu has appeared in court in Dar es Salaam in his latest hearing on treason charges. Opposition and rights groups see the trial as politically motivated ahead of this year's presidential elections. The mayor of Warsaw has won a tight victory in the first round of Poland's presidential election. Rafał Trzaskowski took just over 31% of the vote, narrowly ahead of his main rival, the conservative historian Karol Nawrocki. Pope Leo has held talks with the US Vice President J.D. Vance and the Secretary of State Marco Rubio at the Vatican. The two politicians headed up the US delegation at Sunday's inaugural Mass for the new pontiff. BBC News.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at Ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at Ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio. This is
UK.
Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. joy for the people, by the people.
Okay, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. I want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Starr Radio UK Monday edition of the morning show. I remain yours sincerely. If you didn't hear, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
Okay, so from now till 12:30, I'm going to be your captain, taking you through all the terrains and making sure you arrive at destination. And you know that destination of the known, right? So we give you all the information that you need to know or you need to have for the day. But let me put it this way. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. And those of you on other planets as well, I want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to Earth. Let me say good morning to my baby sister Delta Hammond, who was the first to join us on a Facebook platform where we broadcasting on and all the social media platforms there as well as many of you on the various platforms. Let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Gayi, Mr. Laimi Koiki, good morning to you, Mr. Frank Davis, good morning, Mr. Dan Tabri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, good morning to you, and to HRH Linda Pallien, who will be joining me at 12 o'clock for the Career 101. Massive good morning to you there as well. Hope you are all doing very, very well. Yes, Kojodi, good morning to you. Felix all the way in Aberdeen, good morning. Captain Felix Tete, good morning to you. Reverend Michael Esiama, good morning. And all the way in Nigeria, Bishop Adeshina Anthony Adedeji, massive good morning to you. Shamsuddin, good morning. All the staff with who work with Bishop Adeshina at the RBE office too, I salute you. Those of you watching us live on the Yoruba Nation platform, Koiki Media platforms, and on the United States of Biafra platforms, I salute each and every one of you there as well. But wherever you are tuned in this morning, that even I don't have a clue of wherever you are, good morning. Totsino all the way in Moscow, good morning to you. Eben in Cape Town, South Africa, good morning, and to the family there as well. We salute each and every one of you. Once again, welcome to the program. At 7 minutes to the top of the hour, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. By our program line, this is how the program is going to go. I'm going to bring you the quote for the day, and then we'll continue from there to look at some of the weather forecast and travel updates, and then I take you global trotting where I bring you the headlines of the stories making the rounds. Then after which we bring you the details of that. We will also, at a quarter to 12, allow you to add your voice to the discussions or text us, or you can, team link us or Zoom us, and then we'll be able to do so with you as well. But as we go on the show or the bit, yes, at 12 o'clock exactly, we'll bring the first part of the program to a close and then take you to Cyprus, where our own HRH Linda Pallien is to bring you Career 101. So wherever you are this morning, make sure your data are so logged on, because by the time we are done with you, you know that it was good that you joined this program. Good morning once again. Let me say good morning to my mom. Mom, good morning. Mrs. Vida Hammond, good morning to you. And all the Hammonds, Herbert Hammond, good morning. And Anne, good morning. And to all Eresi, good morning to you. Eresi, yes, good morning. Eresi, all the way in the US as well. Good morning to you all. Hope you're all doing very, very well. Okay. Let's crack on. So the quote for the day says what? It says, our parents are responsible for bringing us into the world, but we are responsible for who we become. How true is that? They bring you up into the world. They try to do everything to protect you, to furnish for you, and get you to a place. Now you have to run your own course. You can't just go back and they'll be looking, Mom, Dad, can you help me out? Well, they do. They can help you, or to a point, but they cannot be with you all the time. You have to plow. There are others who don't have their parents even alive, and so if you only have yours, and you think that, they are there, and therefore I'm not going to be doing anything, and everything you seem to be buckling under the pressure. Oh boy, then you need a bit of strengthening there. But I would say good morning to you, every one of you who's tuned in this morning as well. It's Starr Radio UK, 5 minutes to the top of the hour at a time. The morning show, the program. Let's move on to the weather front. It's quite an interesting one as the weather is warm. They are saying it's a blanket sunshine, but this morning it doesn't feel like that. It's a bit nippy. When we're coming in, it was about 12 degrees. But let me tell you, through the day, cloud will gradually break up, leaving increasingly extensive sunshine by the evening. Dry and warm conditions expected as well. Tonight, after late sunshine this evening, tonight will be dry with mainly clear skies throughout and just the odd light patch of cloud in spots. A light to gentle northerly breeze expected as well. Top temperature is going to be 20 degrees and the lower is going to be 9 degrees. Pollen level is going to be low, UV level high, and pollution low as well. Sunset 2051, and so I'm right for tomorrow morning 0503 hours, and that brings us to the end of the weather forecast. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, now let's move on, or let's take you straight to the travel update. As well, as we will say on this platform, keep your eyes on the roads, keep your eyes on the roads as we keep it navigated. Our promise, our bond. So what have I got for you this morning? Now, for those of you using the underground this morning, the Metropolitan line is experiencing severe delays between Harrow on the Hill and Uxbridge. The Mildmay also severe delays on the entire line. The Metropolitan line. Another one that has come in the Central line. Minor delays between Epping and Liverpool Street, and Hainault and Liverpool Street as well. And then Suffragate, also minor delays on the entire line. So please check before you leave so you don't miss any of your appointments there. On the major roads in London, the A10 is experiencing serious delays. That aside, all the others are running a good service. On the river bus, good service there. London Cable Car, good service there, bringing us straight to the final segment of the travel update, and that is what they... that is the National Rail, and there we have Avanti West Coast Special Service, Grand Central Special Service, Hull Trains Special Service, London North Eastern Railway Special Service, Learmore Special Service, Thameslink Special Service, and Fresh Transpennine Express Special Service there as well. And that is how I would say it once again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Okay, so let's take a quick break. We come back and I will bringing you or taking you around the world for you to know what is happening from across the globe. It is all coming away from Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to exactly 11 o'clock. 11 a.m. here. If it's in Ghana, it will be 10 a.m. Okay? That's GMT, but this is BST, 11 a.m. Nigeria, the same as British summertime here. Okay, so wherever you are, add, subtract, you get it, right? Good. So once again, welcome to the program Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, so let's kick off from home here in the UK. EU and UK reached 12-year fishing deal as leaders arrive for London summit. Other parts of the wide-ranging deal include reducing checks on food exports and possible EU youth mobility scheme. Now, we have people who are against it. They think it's a betrayal of the Brexit, and I think, but cutting your nose to spite your face when you know that these are desperate times. I mean, Trump came in and tariffs have rained on us like other countries. So we will say, oh yeah, we've had a trade deal, but it's like there's virtually better than the worst scenario that he created, okay, but not as good as what we had before. Are you catching my drift? Okay, so we'll see how that pans out. So was it okay for the UK just to stick with that and maybe a new trade deal that they have with India, or what? Or as the biggest trading partner that we had, that's the EU, do we still go in there and negotiate that? Or it is just one of those things where government is going to be allowing lots of people to come into the country once again, as some people are leading to. We'll be telling you more on that. Gary Lineker is expected to leave the BBC after an anti-Semitism row. And private data, including criminal records, stolen in legal aid hack. Oh boy. Olympic star broken by top swim coach regime. And we'll be telling you more about that. UK driverless cars coming in 2027, but Uber says it's ready now. Okay, now GP patients to help NHS find more infected blood victims. We'll be telling you more about all that. Those are some stories making the rounds there as well. A migrant dies in English Channel crossing attempt. Now the question is, those who are trying to cross, do they have the information that those of us here have, that we know that it's not worthwhile taking that journey, or they don't have a clue, and those who are trying to facilitate those trips are the ones just chanting or telling them whatever cookies to make them come in, especially when it comes and now there's no hope for you. Okay, in other stories, South Africa's legal minds, they are talking about child sex abuse that is going on there. We'll be telling you more about that. In other story, Joe Biden has been diagnosed with aggressive prostate cancer, but we know they're trying to, if it's curable, why not? They're going to be doing something about that. But we have Donald Trump who has said, oh, sorry, myself and Melania, we want to wish you a speedy recovery, blah, blah, blah. But it's one person that you're disgusted with, and then you every opportunity that you have insult. So if you come in right now, because I'm in a situation and come and say, you know what, sorry about all that, blah, 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 do I take it? Or, you know what, I just have to do my Morocco wizard thing that one of my uncles have said. So Morocco wizard, man sleep, but one eye is still open. So you watch very closely. No, as if you are sleeping, but you have to open one eye, giving with one and choking with the other. Now, Israel says it will allow basic amount of food into Gaza, ending 10-week blockade. And Liberal Mayor Dan beats nationalists in tense race for Romanian presidency. Right, the second round that's going to be taking place on the 1st of January. What would that bring about? Well, Pope Leo's inauguration has taken place last Sunday. Well, after that he had a meeting with Zelensky, the U.S. Vice President, and a few others. We'll be telling you more about all that. Now, Kenya's ex-justice minister has been deported from Tanzania. Now, interestingly, why has he been deported from Tanzania? Do they have that agreement with them where they can? Yes, if you are or you've fled to that particular part of the world, they can facilitate your return. Is that what is going to happening there? A fatal blast near Palm Springs Fertility Clinic is act of terrorism. That's what the FBI is saying. Maybe somebody who is angry about people abortion or fertility. This one around, I think it's fertility. So you don't allow God to do it, and so that if you don't have it, you know if God is not giving you whether medical help can help. So that means that when we are ill, we don't have to go to the hospital because we have to die, right? Okay, but the person went to call, bomb the facility, and the FBI is calling it a terrorist attack there. Now, U.S. officials are investigating fatal Mexican Navy ship crash. Well, we'll be telling you more about all that. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Moving on. Okay. All right. So, Gabon's ousted president and family freed after 2 years and fly to Angola. Okay. We'll be telling you more about that. Hope that they're just going to be there quietly and not going to be ruffling the waters there or causing any such unrest in the country. Now, former Chad Prime Minister arrested over alleged links to deadly clash. We'll be talking about the Archie party says ban threatens Ethiopian peace deal. You want to know more? You got to stay tuned. This is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The deportation of the former Kenyan Justice Minister from Tanzania seem to be making their rounds in most media this morning. I'll be telling you more about that. Now, Thomas Sankara Mausoleum has been opened to honor the revolutionary leader. It's one of the stories making the rounds there. And M23 rebels expel civilians to Rwanda. Okay, I'll be telling you more about that. Will Rwanda have the place? A safe haven for these people who are being returned there, or what exactly is going on there? Starr Radio UK. Nobody can stop him. Arewa Forum mentions powerful candidate that will defeat Tinubu. And Timothy Omoto show South Africa deports popular Nigerian tele-evangelist. We're going to be telling you more about that. And China is to produce electric vehicle in Nigeria. That's a good one there, right? Yeah. Saraki Buhari harassed, intimidated me because I oppose on curbed borrowings. We'll be telling you more about that. And then in other stories making the rounds on the African front as we go on. Okay, just bear with me. Da 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 da. Okay. Al-Qaeda affiliates claims 200 soldiers killed in Burkina Faso attacks on Burkina Army base, villages, kills dozens, says sources. We'll be telling you more about that as well. Okay, in Ghana as well, retract and apologize. MPP lawyers call out Samson Ladi over Kennedy Japan's remarks. Samson Ladi is one of the presenters, a top lawyer there, and one of the representatives of one of the greatest program that is run for a very long time, Newsfar on Joy FM Multimedia. We'll be telling you more about the government is to embark on sustainable transformation in education. Dr. Apak is saying, well, some people are trying to compare Sammy Jevis' $800 that he gave to Agrada with that of Cecilia Dapa's case, where we're talking about is it thousands or millions of dollars and foreign currency stored in her home. Well, you want to know more, you got to stay tuned as we bring you the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So coming your way, ECG collection loses at ECG's collection losses at 15%, distribution at 40%, not sustainable. Professor Bokpin has warned. So what are we going to do about that? The Energy Ministry dispels scaremongering claims against John Jinapor. And interestingly, a 16-year-old student has been arrested with locally made guns. And if the picture there depicts what actually was confiscated, then that is a massive one there. My apologies. My producer was saying that your screen still had the banner on. Yeah. But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay. All right then. So now let's move on to some of the other stories making the rounds still in Ghana. Let me say good morning to Derek. Good. I got good news from there. Thank you very, very much. Will you be happy if impeached over your wife's state trips? Fatimatu Abubakar takes on Mahama. Is that comparative? And did the president's wife break any rules when it comes to foreign trips? As it's been alluded that the Chief Justice has done. If not, then what? Okay, you want to know more, you got to stay tuned. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's take a break. We come back, and you know what? I'll be bringing you the details of all the stories making the rounds this morning. This is Starr Radio UK, and I remain yours sincerely, the one and only Archie. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
You are listening to Star Radio Morning Show.
Welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 16 minutes past the top of the hour, and we are bringing you the stories that is making the rounds, the details of them. Okay. Now, kicking off from home here. The UK and EU has agreed to a new deal, including a 12-year agreement on EU fishing boats in the UK waters. In return, the UK secured an agreement that reduces checks on food exports to the EU. Reports are coming through, says the European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and other senior leaders arrived at a summit in London hosted by Keir Starr. The summit is intended to reset relations after the UK left the EU on the 31st of January 2020. Now, meanwhile, Tories are criticizing the deal, with former Home Secretary Suella Braverman saying the government has let down our fishing community. Now, parts of the new deal are still subject to negotiations, but expected ministers today to be talking on gains on jobs, bills, and the border. Our politics editor will be giving us more. Our reporter is going to be bringing us more on that front. But reactions coming from the various quarters. The Lib Dems leader Ed Davey says the summit marks some positive first steps towards rebuilding a relationship with Europe. The Prime Minister must ignore the naysayers and dinosaurs in reform and Conservative Party and be more ambitious in getting the best deal in the national interest, he adds. Now, others are saying, looking at what a deal could mean for Northern Ireland. A deal on food and agriculture will have the most consequence in Northern Ireland, with the potential to substantially dismantle the Irish Sea border between the region and the rest of the UK. Now, after Brexit, the UK and EU agreed Northern Ireland will stay inside the EU single market for goods. Now, this was to ensure no hardening of the land border between the Northern Ireland and Republic of Ireland. Now, the flip side is that goods coming into Northern Ireland from the rest of the UK now face checks and a blizzard of paperwork to ensure they meet EU standards. This is the Irish Sea border. Now, it has a particular impact on food. Northern Ireland supermarkets are still largely supplied by distribution centres in England and Scotland. In Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK, if the Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK end up following the same EU rules on food, there will be no need for checks and regulatory paperwork and products across the sea border. However, this sort of deal will not end the sea border entirely. Short of the UK rejoining the EU's customs union, goods being shipped from Great Britain to Northern Ireland will still need custom declaration. But the list of the food deal that is yet to be announced by we are yet to have that, but this here what we know so far. Let me tell you, the full details aren't out yet. The EU have agreed a new deal, including a 12-year agreement allowing EU fishing boats in UK waters. Okay, now in return, the UK has secured a deal to reduce checks on food exports to the EU. Secondly, a defense and security pact is also expected to be a key part of the deals being announced today. Thirdly, other elements like youth mobility scheme is still needs more negotiations, because some are looking at the age gap that between 19 and because it looks like the government is the EU is looking at 19 to 30 years, and people here are saying that, well, it shouldn't be that, it should be about 19 to maybe 23 or thereabout. okay, whilst they are in school to be able to do those movements so that they can come to educate themselves here or live here for that period of time. But Business Secretary Jonathan Reynolds said that the government wants people to see and feel immediate benefit. Now, critics including Kemi Badenoch and Nigel Farage have warned against Britain surrendering to the EU. More details are expected, but as and when we get it, we'll be bringing that your way. Well, they're saying they're not taking us back into the EU, but they try to make life much better than we having isolating ourselves and not getting what we deserve. So come your way from Starr Radio UK at 11:21. My apologies there. Now, private data, including criminal records, has been stolen in legal aid hack. A significant amount of private data, including criminal records, have been hacked by a legal aid online system, the Ministry of Justice has said. The Ministry of Justice said it became aware of cyber attack on the legal aid agency online services on April 23 of data dating back to 2010. In its later release, the incident realized the incident was more extensive than originally understood. The agency chief executive, Jane Habertel, apologized for the breach, saying she understood the news would be shocking and upsetting for people. The group that carried out the attack claimed it accessed 2.1 million pieces of data, according to the PA news agency. The Ministry of Justice has not verified the figure, however. The ministry urged members of the public who have applied for legal aid in this time period to take steps to safeguard themselves. This data may have included contact details and addresses of applicants, their date of birth, national ID numbers, criminal history, employment status, and financial data such as contribution amounts, debts, and payment, it said. It also warned that the public to be alert for any suspicious activities, including unknown messages on phone calls, and to update any potential exposed passwords. Now, if you are in doubt about anyone you are communicating with online or over the phone, you should verify their identity independently before providing any information to them, it said. The ministry said it was working with the National Crime Agency and the National Cybersecurity Center and has informed the Information Commissioner. The LA is online digital services which are used by legal aid providers to log their work and get paid by the government have been taken offline at the moment. The agency is the latest victim in a series of recent cyber attacks that have caused mass disruption. Earlier this month, luxury department store Harrods said it had restricted internet access at their site following an attempt to gain access to its systems. An attack on Marks & Spencer in April caused it to lose out on millions of pounds of sales and left it struggling to get services back to normal. A similar incident at the Co-op forced it to shut down parts of its IT system and disrupted deliveries of fresh stock. And that's what's been going on. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Yes, let's move on. Let's touch on this story as well before we do the last one. Now, GPs in England and their patients are to help the NHS find more victims of the contaminated blood scandal. It is thought thousands of people could have been exposed to the hepatitis C virus through contaminated blood transfusion in the 1970s, 80s, and 90s, part of a scandal which affected more than 30,000 people in the UK. From June, patients signing up to a GP practice who receive a blood transfusion before 1996 will be offered a test for hepatitis C. Now, information coming through said the scale of undiagnosed cases last year as people with life-threatening liver damage caused by the virus over many years continue to be identified. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. One other story from the UK front before we go to other parts of the world to look at what is happening there at 11:25. Now, Uber has said it is ready to go now with driverless taxis in the UK, but the government has put back the date it expects to approve fully self-driven vehicles. The previous administration said fully autonomous cars were set to be on roads by 2026, but the new government says it is now more likely to happen in the second half of 2027. Now, while limited self-driving technology is already permitted on UK roads, a human driver must be at the wheel and responsible for the vehicle, even if automated technology is being used. With some companies trialing more advanced tech on British streets, I took an automated car ride across central London in a car using a system developed by UK AI firm Wave. Now, we're ready to launch robo-taxis in the UK as soon as the regulatory environment is ready for us, said Andrew MacDonald, Senior Vice President of Mobility at Uber, who joined on the ride. The ride-hailing firm is working with 18 automotive car tech companies, including Wave. It is one of the several companies which already offers robo-taxis in the US. They are also on the roads in China, the UAE, and Singapore. But Mr. MacDonald disagreed that the UK was behind the rest of the world, arguing that the US and China were ahead largely because that is where the majority of the tech had been developed. We are working quickly and will implement self-driving vehicle legislation in the second half of 2027, the Department of Transport said in a statement. We are also exploring options for short-term trials and pilots to create the right conditions for a thriving self-driving sector. Now, the question once again is, does it not look like we are now, there's no need for you to go and do any driving test? You could have a driverless car. So what you need to do, you have a, you just hop in, program it, push, so you can be chilling. And by the time you say jack, oh yes, you arrive at your destination, you come out. But interestingly, accidents do happen, How can we try this technology? We see planes flying, and when it's on autopilot, and then something happens, and the pilot or the captain has to quickly take control the controls and to make sure the planes land safely. Now, are we going to be seeing the same thing happening? So, is it not going to make people unemployed? Because if the vehicles, the drivers who have been flying and doing all this now have become jobless because the cars have become driverless, so that means somebody losing their jobs. So is AI not taking over our lives and making us redundant? Ew. Well. But you get yourself another trading or something else, right? Okay. Yeah, I can see a Jag that is driverless and that is going. Okay. It's interesting. We were having a chat over the weekend when we traveled, and the family member that we went to see. Let me say good morning to Denise and Emmanuel and all your family all in Oxford. I hope you are doing good. And they were talking about the fact that they were driving on the road one day from London or something, or one of their trips, and then they happened to see somebody driving a Tesla, and virtually he was saying that the driver was fully asleep, that the vehicle was just going. So it's quite interesting. So if I'm watching that, oh God, I don't know whether I have the heart for that. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's move on from there. How soon will you be ready to ride in a full tech car of that sort? Well, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The Liberal pro-EU mayor of Bucharest, Nicole Dan, has fought off a strong challenge from a Romanian right-wing nationalist to win the presidency after months of political turbulence. Starr Radio UK. Now, George Simeon, the leader of the far-right AUR party, won a dramatic first-round victory earlier this month, riding a wave of anger from Iranians who have seen the presidential race annulled late last year because of claims of Russian interference. But it was the softly spoken Nicole Dan who swept to victory with 53.6% of the vote, even though Simeon was more successful in the diaspora. We need to build Romania together irrespective of who you voted for, said Dan once his victory was secure. About 11.5 million Romanians voted in Sunday's runoff, and Dan attracted the support of more than 6 million of them. The mathematician waited until after midnight on Sunday before he could be absolutely sure that the numbers were on their side and he could join his supporters in the park opposite City Hall in Bucharest. Now, they went wild, chanting his name and cheering. At one point, he was almost mobbed. But this was a huge moment for the president-elect and for his supporters after months of political tension. The community of Romanians who want a profound change in Romania won, Dan said. Mihai, one of many Dan supporters who gathered outside the electoral headquarters in the capital, said they were really worried about Simeon. I want to choose the pro-European way. My apologies. It is the only way. It's really important, he added. Now, Andrea, who came with her young daughter, said, we are so happy we wanted to be here with other supporters of Nicosia. Now, this means a better future for our children, for us, a good life for all of us, and an honest Romania there as well. So let's say it's quite an interesting development from there. But in other stories making the round this morning, Warsaw's Liberal Mayor Raphael Trzaskowski has also won a narrow victory in Poland's presidential election, but the second round off with Conservatives historian Karol Nawrocki will be required to decide the country's next president. The State Electoral Commission said Trzaskowski, a deputy leader of the Prime Minister Donald Tusk's centrist civic platform, PO party, won 31% of the 31.3% of the vote. Now, Rocky came second with 29.5% of the vote. The final official results are not expected until late Monday. A turnout was over 67%. This is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to exactly 11:34. Let me once again say hello to my producer, Mr. Francis Guy, who I can see moving about. So for the Polish presidential election, the first round exit poll, Raphael Trzaskowski had 31.1%, Karol Nawrocki 29.1%, Slawomir Metzin 14.8%, Grzegorz Brown 6.3%, Andrea Zarenberg 5.2%, Simon Holwonia 4.9%, and Magdalena Bijer 4.1%. But who are they going to put in their support or going to support for the final segment between the two big wigs? That is Raphael Trzaskowski and Karol Nawrocki. Well, let's see. We'll be following it. That event is supposed to take place on the 1st of June. Starr Radio UK. Now, Israel has announced to allow a basic amount of food to enter Gaza to ensure that no starvation crisis develops after blockading the territory for 10 weeks. A statement from the Prime Minister's office said the move was made on recommendation of the Israeli Defense Forces and based on the need to support its renewed military offensive against Hamas. The announcement came hours after Israel's military said it had begun extensive ground operations throughout Gaza. Now, Israel has come under increasing pressure to lift its blockade, during which no food, fuel, or medicines have been allowed in. Now, aid agencies have warned about the risk of famine among Gaza 2.1 million population. Footage and accounts emerge of emaciated children suffering malnutrition. Now, French Foreign Minister Jean-Noel Barrot called on Israel to allow immediate, massive, and unhampered resumption of food aid to Gaza. The statement from the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said Israel will allow a basic quantity of food to be brought in for the population of Gaza to make certain no starvation crisis develops, adding that such a situation would jeopardize its offensive named Operation Gideon's Chariot. Now, Israel would also act to deny Hamas ability to take control of the distribution of humanitarian assistance, the statement read. Now, strikes hit the southern city of Khan Yunis as well as towns in the northern of Gaza, including Beit Lahaya, Jabalia refugee camp. Rescuers have said at least 67 people have been killed and 361 injured in Gaza in the last 24 hours, Hamas-run health ministry have said. Now, this is all coming away from Starr Radio, UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London at 11:37. That's 23 minutes to the top of the hour. Pope Leo XIV has called for unity at his inaugural mass at the Vatican, attended by thousands of faithfuls and world leaders, including Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky. Now, during the address on Sunday, he criticized economic systems which he said exploited Earth's resources and marginalized the poor. He also said he will seek to govern without ever yielding to temptation to be an autocrat. The Pope noted efforts to end the war in Ukraine in prayers after the service and also held a meeting with Zelensky. The pontiff had called for an end to the war in the first days in office. The Ukrainian leader thanked the new Catholic leader for his support for Ukraine and clear voice in defense of justice and lasting peace. Earlier on Sunday, the Pope addressed worshippers in St. Peter's Square. Thousands of pilgrims stood in reverence as the Pope received the symbols of office, blessed the people, and issued a strong call for unity. The Mass from the first U.S. and Peruvian pontiff also drew attendance from dignitaries, including U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance, as well as politicians from Germany to Peru, as well as faith leaders and European royals. We still see too much discord, too many wounds caused by hatred, violence, prejudice, the fear of difference, and an economic paradigm that exploits the earth's resources and marginalizes the poorest, he said. In a prayer afterwards, he noted that the effort for a ceasefire in Ukraine before holding a private audience with Zelensky and his wife. In a quote, he said, the matter in Ukraine is waiting for negotiation, for a just and lasting peace to finally happen, Pope Leo said. It is all coming away from Starr Radio, UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, so coming on the world front. At 11:39, and let's go to Africa. Let me take a opportunity and say good morning to Vadi as well. The most shocking thing for Jonathan, who had endured 6 grueling months living and working underground in an abandoned South African gold mine, was abuse he witnessed being meted out to children. Some are recruited for cheap labor, but others are brought in specifically for sex, campaigners have said. Now, Jonathan, now in his late 20s, had migrated to South Africa from a nearby country on the promise of making easy money working in and out of dozens of disused mines closed by multinationals because they were no longer commercially viable. We are protecting his full identity as he fears reprisals from the vicious criminal gangs that run the illegal mining industry for speaking to the media. Now, details of what the young people were going through emerged after the death of dozens of illegal miners near the town of Stillfontein late last year when the mine was blockaded by police. In a calm and steady voice, Jonathan described the heat, long hours, and limited food and sleeping options which took a toll on his body. But an enduring memory is what happened to underage miners in the shaft where he'd worked. He said, I used to see these kids in the mines, teenagers, actually 15 to 17 years old. Others used to take advantage of them sometimes. It was a little bit scary and I wasn't comfortable with it. He said they were raped by adult miners who promised to give them some of the gold they found in exchange for sex. If that kid is desperate for money, he will take the risk. Now, Jonathan describes how the children will approach teams of miners for protection, but that team would have conditions. Sex was also used as punishment if the teenagers failed to complete the task for their team. Now, Jonathan says the children in the mine where he worked were all foreign and did not realize that they were getting themselves into. Mining researcher and activist Makotla Sifoli backed the story up. He says criminal gangs specifically targeted children to work in illegal mines across South Africa. And many of them are abducted from neighboring countries and trafficked. They are enticed by baseless promises of finding them employment in the former mining industry. Their passports are confiscated when they get to South Africa. It is common knowledge that these young boys are being abused, Mr. Safoli said. Now, it says that miners who work in the least two other illegal mines who told us they saw children being abused in the shaft where they were also working. Shepo, not his real name, says he saw older men forcing young boys to have sex with them underground. But they will come and they say they are not gay or anything. Well, it is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It's 11:43 from the hearts of London. Starr Radio UK, discussing and a sad situation. I hope the authorities see to arrest those individuals there involved. Leading Kenyan lawyer and the country's former Justice Minister Martha Karua says she has been deported from Tanzania to prevent her from attending the court case of opposition leader Tundu Lissu. Now, two colleagues accompanying her were also reportedly detained. They reported after flying in from neighboring Kenya. Now, former Kenyan Chief Justice Willie Mutunga and other prominent rights activists who later traveled there over Lissu's case said they were stopped and held at the airport. Tanzanian authorities have not yet commented. Now, Lissu, who is the leader of Tanzania's main opposition Chadema party, is appearing in court on Monday after being charged with treason last month. Kenya's top foreign affairs official Craig Zingo has strongly urged the Tanzanian authorities to release Mutunga and his delegation. Now, Karua is a respected human rights advocate and a vocal critic of what she calls democratic backsliding in East Africa. She had been representing Ugandan opposition politician Kizza Besigye, who was kidnapped in Kenya last year and taken back to his home country to face treason charges. Now, like Lissu, he denies charges, arguing that they are politically motivated. Now, Karua served as Kenya's Justice Minister from 2005 to 2009 and was the running mate for former Prime Minister Raila Odinga in his failed presidential bid in the election of 2022. She launched her opposition party, the People's Liberation Party, earlier this year. PLP said she, along with fellow Kenyan lawyer Gloria Kimani and human rights campaigner Ngugi were subjected to hours of unwarranted interrogation before being deported. Condemning the incident, Chadema General Secretary John Mika said the solution to hiding the shame of false treason case is not detain foreign lawyers, but to drop the case altogether. The Tanzanian Human Rights Defenders Coalition said it was shocked by what it called the arbitrary arrest, as Karua had been allowed into Tanzania to observe proceedings when Lissu appeared in court on the 15th of April. The former Kenyan Chief Justice had traveled alongside lawyer Hussein Khalid and Hanifa Adam, a prominent organizer of the youth-led Gen Z protests last year. Khalid posted on X a clip of the three of them at the Dar es Salaam airport saying they had been stopped and their passports taken. He said their trip was in solidarity with Tanzanian lawyers and human rights defenders. Ms. Adan said, "We've been detained by Julius Nyerere at Julius Nyerere International Airport, and we're not being told why. This is utterly ridiculous and petty. It's 3 a.m. and it's cold here. We all traveled in solidarity with Lissu, who has mentioned in court. Today." Another activist, Boniface Mwangi, said the armed men claiming to be police officers showed up at his hotel room in Dar es Salaam on Sunday night. He said they left and moved to the hotel lobby after he refused to open the door and demanded that they identify themselves. "My bags are packed and I'm ready to go with those people when the Tanzanian lawyers who are following up on this matter arrive. For now, I will stay put." Human rights groups have been increasingly concerned about the crackdown on the opposition in Tanzania ahead of presidential and parliamentary elections due in October. Lissu cannot seek bail because she has been charged with treason, a crime for which the maximum sentence is death. Now, he survived an assassination attempt in 2017 after being shot at 16 times. The opposition leader was arrested in April after he held a rally under the slogan "No reforms, no election." He is demanding sweeping changes, saying Tanzania's currently laws do not allow for free and fair election. The government denies the allegation. Since his arrest, his Chadema party has been barred from contesting the October poll after it refused to comply with the Electoral Commission's requirement to sign a code of conduct. Now, the document requires parties and their supporters to behave well and to maintain peace and harmony during elections. Chadema sees the code of conduct as a ploy to contain opposition and for state repression to continue. The CCM party, which has governed Tanzania since 1977, is expected to retain power following the latest development. President Samia Suluhu Hassan is expected to be its presidential candidate. She was widely praised for giving Tanzania greater political freedom when she took office in 2021 following the death of incumbent John Magufuli. Her critics say Tanzania is once again seeing the repression that characterized Magufuli's rule. The government denies the allegation. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. 12 minutes to the top of the hour at a time. The morning show, the program, Starr Radio UK, the station. And I remain yours sincerely, the one and only
Archie on Starr Radio. Nobody does it better.
Okay, let's go to other parts of Africa as well, as I'm running behind time there. Now, Pritzker Prize-winning architect Francis Kere designed a memorial in Ouagadougou in tribute to Thomas Sankara's Burkina Faso revolutionary leader. The recently opened mausoleum of the father of Burkina Faso, the 1983 revolution, and his 12 aides assassinated the same year, proudly stands on the site of the Conseil d'Entente. The mausoleum is over 70 meters high. It's designed in the shape of an eye with descending steps representing the 13 fallen martyrs. The site is a bold tribute to the revolutionary triumph over imperialism. This mausoleum represents the revolution victory over reactionary forces the triumph of Thomas Sankara's ideology that was sovereignty driven over imperialism and slaving ambitions. It is a victory for oppressed people against their oppressors, a triumph of the colonized with the colonizers, said Bayela Imhotep, civil society activist who has said that. We'll see what happens on that front, but it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. A good one there, a good one there. I'm going straight to Nigeria as well. At 10 minutes to the top of the hour, when we bring the first part of the program to close, and we bring you Career 101. Nobody can stop him, Arewa Forum is saying. Pertaining to who are they talking about there? I'm going to bring you those two stories. Okay? So, let's go. Elder statesman and founding member of Arewa Consultative Forum, Alhaji Tanko Yakasai, has declared that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the most formidable candidate ahead of the 2027 presidential election. Yakasai said there is no other politician currently in the country with the political strength, structure, and elite backing to challenge Tinubu's successfully. According to Yakasai, Tinubu's incumbency advantage, coupled with the support of state governors and its ministers, places him far ahead of any potential opponent. Now, in Nigeria today, Bola Tinubu is the president. He has his ministers and governors who are backing him. Who else has what it takes to move into the contest with the kind of stamina and strength to be more successful comparatively with Tinubu? Now, speaking in an interview with a news agency of Nigeria Now, Yakasai stressed that the ruling All Progressive Party continues to control most of Nigeria's states and retains the loyalty of governors, even those elected under opposition parties. Well, even a month is a long time in politics. Talk less, a couple of years. Okay. Let's move on now to other stories. Timothy Omotosho, a Nigerian televangelist, recently acquitted of rape and human trafficking charges, was on Sunday, May 18, deported from South Africa. Now, local media confirmed the development and noted that this happened just days after prosecutors said they will reopen his case. As reported by Channel TV, the decision drew ire across South Africa after the judge said prosecutors mishandled the case. The 66-year-old pastor was to leave from Johannesburg or Tambo Airport of his native Nigeria state, broadcasters SABC and Newsroom Africa Television have said. Images broadcast showed the motor show at the airport in a grey hoodie and sunglasses chatting to an immigration official. It was not immediately clear what time his flight would depart. A transport ministry official said that Omotosho did not have to seek clearance from them to leave the country. The state prosecutors said this week they would appeal against his acquittal for rape and would investigate the team that handled the case. So why has he been deported? Is it to evade the alleged trial of the case? Omotosho heads the Jesus Dominion International Church, headquartered at the eastern South African coastal city of Durban. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. One other story coming from Burkina Faso before we touch on one story from Ghana as well. An Al-Qaeda affiliate has claimed it killed 200 soldiers in an attack on Burkina Faso army base this week, according to an NGO that tracks armed groups' online activity. The base in the northern town of Djibo came under attack on Sunday morning, and a police station and market were also targeted. Security sources said the news agency Reuters. Although there was no official toll, 3 Djibouti residents said Reuters had that dozens of soldiers and civilians were killed. Al Jazeera was not able to independently verify the death toll. A Burkina Faso military source said Al Jazeera that the armed group was exaggerating the number of casualties. The United States-based site intelligence group, which track online activity of armed groups, and said German Nusrat al-Islam, while Muslimin made a claim in a formal statement. The operation comes amid increased JNIM activity in Burkina Faso over the past month, inflicting a high number of casualties, side has said. The organization previously said Osman Diko, head of the JNIM in Burkina Faso, had appeared in a video urging residents of Djibouti to leave the town for their own safety. Yeah, I pray that the leadership of Burkina Faso will be able to crack down on these menace and deal with them. When I mean deal with them, I mean deal with them. Okay, Starr Radio UK. Okay, in other stories making the round this morning, we're going to be bringing the first part of the program to close in a moment. The Ghana Police Service has confirmed the arrest of a key suspect linked to a string of high-profile residential robberies across Accra. The suspect, Adinda Akpo Abdul Mojibo, also known as Mohammed Jando or Biya Kiwi, is believed to have operated in a collaboration with another accomplice, Alidu Mazu, who also goes by several aliases, including Rashid Bawa, Maxwell, Papa Rich, and Dawa. According to the police, the two are suspected to be behind a series of coordinated robberies between 2022 and 2024, targeting elite residential areas such as East Legon, Cantonments Ridge, Tesano, Airport Residential Area, and Achirigano. Now, CCTV footage of the Modujibu's criminal activities have been widely circulated on social media, helping investigators track his movement. The Adabraka District Court issued a warrant for his arrest on September 5, 2024, after which he was placed on Interpol Red Notice list. The investigations further revealed that the suspect held both Ghanaian and Togolese identification documents, underscoring the cross-border nature of his criminal activities. Authorities are currently intensifying efforts to arrest the second suspect, who remains at large. A statement from the Ghana Police Service emphasized their commitment to national security. We remain committed to ensuring the safety and security of all persons in the country, and to all suspects of large known at large. Know that we are coming for you, and surely we will get you arrested to face the law, the statement said. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And comparatively, would you say Cecilia Dapa's case is the same as Sammy Jemfi's? Now, Kwame Jantua, a leading member of the Convention People's Party and legal practitioner, has criticized what he described as misplaced outrage over the viral video of the acting CEO of the Ghana Gold Board, Sammy Jemfi, handing over US dollars to self-styled evangelist Nana Agrada. Mr. Jantua's comments come in the wake of growing comparison between Jemfi's gesture and the high-profile scandal involving former Sanitation Minister Cecilia Dapper, whose home was reportedly the scene of a significant cash theft involving large sums of foreign currency. Speaking this morning, Mr. Jantua dismissed these comparisons as disingenuous, emphasizing that the scale and context of the two incidents were or are fundamentally different. And look, in a quote, he said, "We should not be hypocritical in this country. When we read the budget, what do we read our budget in? Do we quote any cities? It is our economy, not particularly partly dollarized. So what are you talking about? And who do you compare the magnitude of Cecilia Dapa to the magnitude of Sammy Jemfi? Now, if it were $1,000 compared to Cecilia Dapa's, can you compare the two? which will raise eyebrows. If this money were cities, will we hear anything? It's because it's in dollars. Mr. Jantua argued that the outcry over Mr. Jemfi's act is more about optics than substance, stating that if the money had been in cities rather than dollars, it's likely it would not have any spark any such intense public debate there. It's quite an interesting one there, right? Yeah, it is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. One final story, and then we'll bring the program, the first bit of the program to a close. I'll take you to Cyprus for Career 101. Now, the former Minister of Information, Fatimatu Abubakar, has questioned President John Dramani Mahama over the suspension and possible removal of the Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Takonu. Now, according to her, the basis on which the Chief Justice has suffered the suspension lacks substance and does not justify such a decision. Speaking on the 17th on a TV program, Abubakar questioned the President's treatment of the Chief Justice, asking whether he would be pleased if he were subjected to the same action. She also asserted that some of the reasons cited against the Chief Justice could equally apply to the President himself should a removal process be initiated against him. President Mahama, in a quote, she said, if what he is doing is done to him, would he be happy? Or we sit in this country and pretend we don't know what the President's spouses uses state funds to purchase flight tickets for her travels? She asked. Now, is that in the remit of the office, or has she gotten beyond that? If you can prove that that is what has been done, why not just say? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is why I bring the first part of the program to a close. We're going to take a quick break, and once we come back, I'll bring you Career 101. Don't touch the dial.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
University students.
Okay, careers advice for young people. Okay, I got my younger daughter who is in her final year. She came over, I think, a couple getting to the weekend. She was telling me she was getting ready to write her thesis or something. She's been quite busy. Yeah, but you ask some of them, she knows what she's doing now. You have some of them who's getting to the uni and you're asking them, what do you really want to do? And they're not sure of it. You have those of them in sixth forms, and theirs is even a worst case scenario. So what I've done is, some of the youth in the church, when I come to church every Sunday, they have to come and talk to me because I want to find out what is going on in their heads. Okay? So, well, if you're a parent listening to us, this is the program that you have to be on this afternoon, because HRH Linda is going to lead you and teach you what you can do for people who need this advice. That is our children and our children's children. What about that? Okay, Linda, over to you.
Fantastic. I love what you said about helping the youth and at least talking to them and having those conversations. And that's the importance of careers advice, just starting those conversations and planting those seeds early.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time when we're working with adults, they're like, oh, I wish I had somebody like you when I was young. You know, and you really don't want them to wait to that time before they start thinking, oh, could I really make a career out of this hobby that I've been doing, or is this even possible for me? What do I need to get into this career? Because sometimes we're looking at our parents or people that are older than us, and we think, oh, I really want to do what they do, and we have no idea what it is, or if logistically it's possible for us.
Yeah.
So the earlier young people start having these conversations, the better. So it's amazing to at least ask the question, what do you want to do? It's a ratty question, nobody wants to answer that. It starts you thinking. You don't have to have an answer, but it gets you thinking. If I had all the resources in the world, what would I be doing? Where would I be spending my time? How can I apply my existing skills into a career to get some money? Whatever it is, or to do something that is fulfilling to me, or to make a difference. So definitely careers advice is very important at any age, at every age, whether you're young, whether you're thinking of changing careers and later in life, whether you're planning retirement. It's important because our vocation is pretty much where we spend most of our time. So it's important to at least feel confident in what we're doing. So this,
go on.
I've listed 10 steps that I use for young people to start thinking about. But of course, if you're not a young person, you know a young person, then do direct to them this way. And if not, it's interesting for an older person just to listen what they can be doing right now, as well if you're planning a career change or promotion. So we'll start. The first step is seek internship opportunities. You know, a lot of people wait until maybe the college or the university organizes it. But as a proactive young person, it's good. There's so much competition out there. So you really need to start. Internships is really important, whether it's a compulsory part of your course or not. It's important to get that done early. Don't get caught up in your working part-time that you miss out on an internship opportunity. A lot of people do the bar work and the waitressing and the weekend job, so you don't have time for an internship because it eats into your time. You're building your future, so sometimes you have to weigh the pros and cons. I remember when I was working for a supermarket, and I had this internship opportunity to go work in China for a bit, and the supermarket wouldn't give me the time off to go do that, you know. And they literally asked me to choose between that, and of course you can understand them because they're managing a business and they have their staff and their concerns. So again, this is another good point. Listen, be careful whose advice you take, because they might be encouraging you to stay because it suits them. But what is good for you and your future in the long term? You know, and then when you weigh it, you can do that. So definitely for internship opportunities, networking, you leveraging your network, people from church, people from your academic tutors, people, your friends' parents who might be in careers that you want to do, fairs, research, internet research. A lot of us consume social media in the social context, but it's a great way to pull together a nice pool of people that are interested in what they do that you can reach out to and sort of seek an internship that way too. So don't miss out on those opportunities to expand your network and to be able to secure an internship without waiting for your school to organize it. Because even when the schools organize it, you still have the application process to do. So you might as well get in there. The second aspect about getting your career work in is work-study program. Sometimes you can, if your institution doesn't offer it, you can create it, you can arrange this yourself. Within Europe, they have the Erasmus program. I think the UK still benefits from the Erasmus program, perhaps in a different way, but or other equivalent programs where you can go and exchange in a different country, maybe even in the same country, but maybe doing 6 months of your course on a different project so that you're able to get the work experience simultaneously and have it count towards your credits for your final project. This happens definitely in universities, but also in some colleges. So look up those things and if it's possible for you in your grade. And sometimes we don't want to, sometimes it means that you might stay behind 1 year if you're doing a work study program. But of course, for most universities, the fees are not the same as well. So I know that's a big concern for students. If I'm going to do 4 years rather than 3 years of my education, I might as well finish my degree early. Sometimes you're better off doing the longer period of time and then waiting for and then securing yourself, because sometimes, and actually most of the time, internships lead to long-term employment. So it's really something to consider, and especially parents as well of young people, rather than just thinking about the money aspect or hurry up and start being a profitable member of society.
Leave me alone.
Sometimes the network and the connections you make during your internships are far more valuable than any sort of entry graduate role you might do later on, or you might settle for any sort of entry level role you might settle for because you graduated and you find out no one's hiring. So that's important. The third thing you can do is to grow your skills and knowledge and keep your skills up to date. So again, expanding the range of skills that you have, getting certificates for the skills, extracurricular skills that you're building up. So whether you're doing an online marketing course, or if you're doing an online budgeting course, or whatever it is that's complementary to what you're working towards, will stand you in good stead. You don't want to finish uni and then not be promoted over another person or not be employed because that person has maybe did a marketing degree and you've got a communications degree, and all the difference would have been would be a 2-hour marketing program to say you've got a certificate. So it's important to start looking at these sort of satellite skills that will help you and give you the extra edge over other candidates for your graduate role. And in general, it's good practice to be a more well-rounded person. So that's really important for young people to think about, but also for the workforce in general. So a range of skills will really help. The fourth aspect is to stay focused. Stay focused on your search. Start searching early, whether it's your first year or you just turned 15. Start searching early. Start asking these questions early, as I said. And stay focused on it as well. Keep an eye on the market and the industry, what it's doing, what new is coming up in the industry, where is it going, how can I prepare myself to enter this marketplace, and so future planning really will help you and keeping focused, definitely. Number 5 is to balance with the personal life. And I think this is really important. It's not necessarily a concrete, actionable skill, but it's really important. I see a lot of baby boomers, so people that now 50s, 60s, who have worked all their lives and never had any fun, because they had to be. They were so focused on work, and therefore, in their 50s, 60s, sometimes 40s, they start going off the rails a little bit because they need to have there's a balance to be had in all of this. So definitely as a young person, keep some hobbies, make sure that you're having a balanced personal life, and it also stops the psychological problems later. It gives you a sense of well-being, because in the West we're more focused on the future was oriented. What's going to happen? What's my next promotion opportunity? Where's my next paycheck coming from? That we don't live in the now. And sometimes this chase can feel endless. And then one day you wake up and realize you haven't lived at all. So the balance is definitely important, and it makes you well-rounded as an individual as well. And of course, it helps with your network when you're looking for contacts or introductions into a particular field or into a particular company. If you have networks and maybe in your shooting class or in your dance class who might be able to help you, again, knowing them informally, again, build your network. The next point is pursue your passion. As a young person as well, you can afford to pursue your passion. Anyone can afford to pursue their passion. I don't want that to be misleading, but as a young person, because you don't have that many dependents yet, or if any at all, you can afford to see how far you'll get with things that you're passionate about, and how you can apply them into an industry that would then pay you and you can make a career out of. When you're passionate about something, it's easy to spend more time doing it. It's easy to master the skill because you're interested naturally anyway. You seek more, and therefore you're more likely to be better than someone that's not passionate about it and just doing it because it's a job. So that's a good place to start. What am I attracted to? And it could be what you're doing, but also what you're consuming and watching. You may not necessarily be doing it physically, but it interests you when somebody talks about it, or it interests you as a program on TV or whatever it is. It's a good place to start to look at what's grabbing my attention and how can I leverage this in my career. Okay, and then seventh point will be to strive for excellence. And I think Frank touched on this earlier. Stay motivated and strive for excellence. A lot of young people, especially when you're given an opportunity, they think, oh, well, it's just an internship, or I'm only young, so there's not the attention to detail or the care that is attached to it. It's like, oh, it's only a little thing, I'll be forgiven, I'm a young person, oh, I can leave early. They understand that I have a life.
I will suck you. Linda, we can't hear you. Okay, yeah. No, it's faint, very faint.
Change on my end.
Okay. Yeah, it seems to be coming up a bit now. Okay, go on.
Oh, just as we got to the good bit.
Go on, we can hear you now.
Okay, fantastic. So, I was talking about doing things right.
Yeah.
Of course, when you practice getting away with doing the bare minimum, a lot of people say, oh, it's just a part-time project, I don't need to do it right. That becomes your habit. And even when you want to do it with the best of intentions, you don't have the ability to because you're out of practice. So every opportunity, whether it's an internship, whether it's a part-time, whether it's a volunteering opportunity, whether it's paid, whether it's not paid, do it to the best of your ability. You build the skill that way. And you never know who would see that work and reward you for that. It's really important, and it's one of these short-sighted ways of looking at things. And I saw that a lot in Ghana, and of course how I grew up. We think, oh, 80. It's pretty much there, or I'm almost finished. It's 4 o'clock, or before we know it, it's 5. Let me go early, and you sort of don't have the attention to detail as you need. So that's really important for young people. Build that skill earlier, and everybody will appreciate it. Everybody, wherever you go, whatever work opportunity. They appreciate it if you do something to the best of your ability, and also that you're resourceful. Managers love people that are resourceful. Don't wait and ask a question of, oh, where do I do this, when you could easily Google it. You know what I mean? Like, when people ask questions where you think, oh, how do I use this program again? And it's a 5-minute search in Google, and you wouldn't have wasted their time. And that's really helpful too. So again, building those skills that is going to make you employable and keep you employed is really important. And then of course, using the resources that are available to you as a young person, whether it's, again, as you said, like a church mentoring program, whether it's your school's career service, whether it's these incentives the companies have for taster days, where you can just apply and do an internship. There's a lot of opportunities available to you. Find them, know them, use them. You know, these will really help you. The older you get, these opportunities either become less or they're more expensive. So as a young person, if you have an opportunity to get a free resource, get free access, use LinkedIn Pro, whatever it is. I think I know Microsoft Office used to do, this is ages ago, I don't know what the new programs are, but they used to do a student discount. Apple still do student discount. All of those, use those resources you have and build up your skill. Photoshop as well, have a free version for students as well. You know, and if you can be able to learn that and build your skill, super important. And then let's create opportunities as well. Number 9 is to create opportunities. You don't have to wait to be handed an opportunity. Create your own opportunity, whether it's starting your own side hustle, doing a blog, looking into entrepreneurship, building your network, you know, whether it's recent graduates or people on your course or that have done your course that you can do an insight day with or shadowing with. And of course, online, people you meet online as well, safely, of course. Then you can generate opportunities towards the career that you're heading for. And then finally, the 10th point is to find companies on social media. You can get a lot more insight into a company now from what they put out, what they share, who they're in contact with, who is recruiting in what department, what their day-to-day is like. So again, making use of social media on the corporate side as well, on the company side, to get more of an insight or to get a foot into the door is really helpful.
Wow. Listeners, you could see that this time around, I did my best not to interrupt her for her to flow all out, because these are 10 steps that if you take, it will help you a great deal in your career. I mean, as she said earlier on, there are some things that I do ask myself, that should I have had advice at the time, I thought, whoa, I would have been that step ahead, several steps ahead, but we didn't have the opportunity where you have now, where you have programs going on advising parents as to what your wards can do or what you can do directly. But this is why Starr Radio UK, in conjunction with HRH Linda Pallien, is doing our best to bring your way, so that you know that when you sit back another 5 years, another, even call it 2 years, even a year, you see that, wow, I took this advice, and because of that, look at where I find myself. So you can count your blessings and not sitting down one day and putting your hands in your finger in your mouth and biting it and saying, I wish. It might be too late by then. But well, it's not too late for you now that you are still alive, listening to what we will want you to listen to. This program is going to be ready on the podcast in the next few minutes, and you can go to the social media platform, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, where we broadcast it on, and go really listen to it. It will help you a great deal, because people have to pay money to go for seminars to listen to such advices from them. But you've had it for free this morning or this afternoon. What do you think about that? Well, Linda, let me come back to you. You just sum it up quickly, and then you can put your contact details, and we can talk about my books as well.
Fantastic. So we've been talking about career advice for young people and for the youth, and the key is to start early to make it to take advantage of the opportunities you have now, the resources, ask, social media, whatever it is you have at your disposal. You don't have to have everything, but wherever you are and whatever resources you have, make the most of it. Make the most of the contacts you have, the people you come in contact with, and make it known what you're looking to do, and seek out people who are in the same industry that might be able to help you get there. So we've shared 10 aspects of how to get your career started as you're young, because again, it takes a while to be promoted, you know. So the earlier you start, the better it is for you. If we all admire 30-year-old CEOs or 25-year-old CEOs, and they started when they're young.
Yeah.
Parents give them the opportunity. You're being given the opportunity now, so definitely make the most of it.
Okay, so let's talk about the books now.
To help you with these, with your studies and with these resources, you can see on your screens now there's 3 books that are really all you need to take your career to the next level. The first book, How to Career, is really 6 steps, 6 simple steps that helps you evaluate a career opportunity. Maybe you want to be an engineer. Is this the right career for you? So using the 6 steps, you can have a checklist. Do I care about it? Is it genuinely authentic to me, or am I following other people? Do I have the reason why? Does it excite me? Do I have the support system or the network, the environment to be able to do that? And how much does it pay as well? So you have all of that resource in How to Career. And this is available on Amazon, online. It's available on Book Depository. It's available Waterstones online, Nielsen. Any online book, How to Career by Linda Pallien, you'll find it there. Any online bookshop. And then the second one is Career Success. Once you've decided what career you're going into, or if you're currently working at the moment, how to get to the next level, to get promoted, to get the recognition you deserve, to get the credibility you deserve, and also the money that you deserve. Definitely Career Success. That takes it a step further from book 1, How to Career, and it gives you tools to be able to increase your perceived value in the marketplace, and that's where the money comes in. So it's talking about how to effectively network, how to answer interview questions, how to build yourself up, to create a brand for yourself and create a presence in the workplace. Career Success really helps you with that. And again, that's available online anywhere in a lot of bookshops as well. Just search Career Success by Linda Pallien, and that should come up on Amazon, Book Depository, Waterstones, everywhere. And then finally, we have the Ultimate Career Workbook, and that needs no introduction. It's a workbook where you can actually write in the book itself, and it's a step-by-step checklist of, have I done everything I can do to be at the top of my career right now? And what's my next step? What am I looking for? What am I heading towards? What can I do to leave a legacy in my field? And the workbook takes you step by step. What do I need to know or ask for in a peer review meeting or in a performance review meeting? What do I need to take to an interview? All of these it's a checklist. All of these are in the Ultimate Career Workbook. And again, you can find that on Amazon Career. If you Google Career and Linda Pallien, that should come up in the nearest. Well, actually, now it gets delivered to you, so you're not going anywhere for it. Take advantage of it. And these are very, very affordable resources that you can use to jumpstart your career.
Okay. Well, just put all the details there for you, and the books have been made available to you as well. So please take advantage of this. Yeah. I wish that I am 18, or now if I'm going to uni and I had all this information at hand. Jesus, what would I would have done? I tell you that it would be mind blowing. But hey, it's not too late. Yeah, you can still go into whether you are old or whatever it is. Yeah, the resources are there. Make sure you take advantage of it. Linda, let me say thank you once again.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Have a lovely day. We'll catch up later.
You too.
Right then. Bye. Well, listeners, that was HRH. Yes, that has been HRH Linda Pallien today for you on the Career 101. And it's where we bring in the program to a close for today. Career advice for the youth. Yeah, if you're a parent and you listen to us, I know that you can advise your children on what to do. At times you ask them and they're not very sure of what they really want to do. They are lost, are they? But hey, that's why we are here. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is where I bring the program to a close. Let me say thank you very much to HRH Linda Pallien and to every one of you who tuned in this morning to listen to us. My able producer, Mr. Francis Guy, and the team behind the scenes. I'll put all the strength to let it all work. Thank you very much. God richly bless you. Until we come your way tomorrow with another edition of the morning show, it's been me, your one and only Archie, saying have a top of the day. Until then, bye-bye for now. Ciao. I'm out like that.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
Mainstream.